We all know someone who is absolutely convinced they are the smartest person in the room. But when you look at their actual life, it is a mess. There is a massive difference between someone who just has not had access to education and someone whose daily habits are actively destroying their intelligence. Society often calls this having a low IQ, but the truth is much darker. These are not genetic traits, they are deep, toxic behavioral patterns that completely block a person from leveling up in life. Today, we are exposing the 8 daily habits that keep people intellectually stagnant. And I guarantee habit number 4 is something you see almost every single day. Let's get into it. Habit number 1 is the absolute refusal to admit when they are wrong. We have all seen this person in a comment section or at a family dinner. You can present them with undeniable proof, a literal screenshot, a verified fact, or basic math. And instead of simply saying, "Oh, my bad, I didn't know that," they double down. They will pivot the argument, attack your grammar, or start raising their voice. Why? Because to a low awareness mind, being wrong is not a stepping stone to learning, it is a catastrophic threat to their ego. They would rather defend a sinking ship than jump on a life raft of new information. Highly intelligent people do their exact opposite. They are thrilled to be proven wrong because it means they just learned something new. But if someone treats every disagreement like a battle to the death for their pride, their brain has stopped growing. This leads perfectly into habit number 2, treating conversations like a competition they have to win. Have you ever tried to talk to someone, but you can visibly see they aren't listening to you? Their eyes are glazed over, and they are just waiting for you to take a breath so they can start talking again. They dominate conversations by talking loud and fast, making sure their voice takes up all the oxygen in the room. They mistakenly believe that if they are the loudest, they are the smartest. But here is the brutal truth. If your mouth is always open, your ears are always closed. Active listening is how humans gather data, read the room, and absorb new perspectives. By treating every chat like a microphone they need to hog, they miss out on a goldmine of life lessons and slowly push away anyone who actually wants a deep connection. Habit number 3 is the ultimate power killer, playing the perpetual victim. People stuck in this low-growth mindset have a magical ability to make everything someone else's fault. If they fail a test, the teacher was unfair. If they get fired, the boss had it out for them. If their relationship ends, their ex was crazy. It is never, ever their fault. By constantly pointing the finger at bad luck, the economy, or other people, they willingly hand over the steering wheel of their own life. Think about it. If you believe nothing is your fault, then you also believe you have zero power to fix it. This massive blind spot keeps them stuck in the exact same miserable loops year after year, complaining about a life they refuse to take responsibility for. Now pay close attention to habit number 4, because it is destroying society right now. It is called black and white thinking. A high-functioning brain can handle nuance. It can look at a complex issue and say, well, there are good points on both sides, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. But a low-growth mind cannot handle that level of complexity. To them, everything is 0 or 100. Someone is either purely good or purely evil. An idea is either absolutely perfect or complete garbage. You are either 100% with them, or you are their enemy. This zero-nuance mindset is a defense mechanism. It requires 0 mental calories to label something as bad and move on. But life is complicated, and if you cannot navigate the gray areas, you will constantly make terrible, inaccurate judgments about people and the world around you. Habit number 5 goes hand in hand with that, instantly mocking what they do not understand. Whenever a new technology, a different culture, or an unconventional lifestyle is introduced, what is their first reaction? They laugh at it. They call it stupid, cringe, or weird. Instead of getting curious and saying, how does that work? Or why do people like this? Their default setting is contempt. This is a classic sign of insecurity, masquerading as intelligence. If they do not understand something, admitting they do not understand it makes them feel dumb. So, to protect themselves, they tear it down. True intelligence is deeply curious. Mocking the unknown is just a cheap, lazy way to feel superior without having to do the hard work of actually learning. Habit number 6 is letting sudden, temporary emotions drive long-term decisions. Imagine someone gets a slightly critical email from their boss. Instead of taking a deep breath, looking at the big picture, and responding professionally tomorrow, they let their immediate anger hijack their brain. They fire off an aggressive reply in the heat of the moment, completely ignoring the obvious long-term consequence, which is getting fired. This heavy reliance on immediate emotion makes it incredibly difficult for them to navigate everyday stress. They lack the space between feeling an emotion and acting on it. Instead of using logic to solve complex problems, they react blindly to whatever they are feeling right now, creating massive messes that they, or the people around them, constantly have to clean up. Habit number 7 is aggressively protecting their echo chamber. Instead of trying to understand why someone might hold a different opinion, they view any disagreement as a direct personal attack. They fiercely protect their current beliefs and isolate themselves in a comfortable bubble where everyone agrees with them all the time. If a book, a podcast, or a person challenges their worldview, they block it out immediately. This creates a terrifyingly narrow view of reality. They would much rather fight to defend an old, outdated, debunked idea than endure the temporary discomfort of opening their mind to a fresh perspective. And finally, the 8th habit, and perhaps the most dangerous of all, believing they have nothing left to learn. They treat their education like a checklist that they finished years ago. This closed mindset instantly stops them from exploring new ideas, reading books, or seeking advice from mentors. Because they think their knowledge is a finished product, their brain begins to stagnate. The smartest people on Earth all share one common trait. They are painfully aware of how much they do not know. The moment you decide you already know everything, your intellectual growth stops dead in its tracks, leaving you entirely unable to adapt to a fast-changing world. The brutal truth is, these habits do not mean someone is permanently broken. They are just patterns, and patterns can be broken. If you recognized any of these in yourself, congratulations. That self-awareness is the exact opposite of a low IQ. So, what do you think is the most toxic habit on this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy videos that challenge the way you think and help you grow, make sure to subscribe to The Northern Silence. Thanks for watching, and until next time, walk the quiet path.